What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to GamerFuzion. Mortal Shell 2 launches worldwide on August 20th, but a chunk of you are going to be playing it 3 days before that. There is an advanced access window. There are 3 different editions, and the preload dates are not the same for everybody. There is also a PC requirement in here that caught a lot of people off guard. So this is the practical launch guide. No spoilers and no mechanics breakdown, just exactly what you need to have sorted before the servers flip over. Everything here is from the official listings as of this video. Let us get into it. There are 3 editions, and the differences actually matter this time. The standard edition is $49.99 and it launches on August 20th. That is the normal one. The Devout edition is the digital deluxe and it is $59.99. That extra $10 is buying you the advanced access window, and I will come back to exactly how that works in a second. Then there is the Revered edition, which is the physical collector release, and it is PlayStation 5 only. That one comes with a softcover art book running over 100 pages, a steel book, and 3 fine art prints. If you want something on a shelf, that is the one. Here they are side by side. Standard at $49.99 playing on the 20th. Devout at $59.99 playing on the 17th. And it throws in the Obsidian skin set on top. Revered is the physical PlayStation 5 package with the art book and the steel book. And every pre-order, regardless of edition, gets the skeletal and the Obsidian Harbinger skins. Something worth flagging on that price. $49.99 for the standard edition puts this well under what most big releases are asking right now. $70 has quietly become the number for a lot of publishers. So a full sequel landing $20 below, that is not nothing. Cold Symmetry has priced this like the mid-sized release it is, rather than reaching for the top tier. As for where you can actually play it, Mortal Shell 2 is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC through Steam. There is no last generation version, so if you are still on a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One, this one is not coming your way. The Revered Physical Edition is the PlayStation 5 exclusive of the group. Now, here's the part I think is worth saying plainly, because it is genuinely good news. Every single bonus across all 3 editions is cosmetic. The skeletal skin, the Obsidian Harbinger skin, the Obsidian set in the Devout edition, all of it is appearance only. You are not getting stronger weapons. You are not getting bonus currency. There is nothing in any of these editions that makes the opening hours easier than they are for somebody who bought the standard copy. In a genre where deluxe editions have started quietly handing out head starts, that is worth pointing out. The only real advantage anyone is buying here is time. So how does the early access actually work? The Devout edition gets up to 72 hours of advanced access. That means it unlocks on August 17th instead of the 20th, 3 full days. The listing says up to 72 hours, and that wording matters because the exact unlock moment depends on your region. The PlayStation 5 listing points at 1 in the afternoon GMT. If you are somewhere else, work backwards from that and do not assume it flips at midnight where you are. Preloading is the other half of this. Devout owners can start downloading on August 15th, which is 2 days before they can actually play. These are the 4 dates to put in your phone. The 15th, Devout Preload opens. The 17th, Devout owners are in. The 18th, Standard Preload opens. And the 20th is the worldwide launch for everybody else. If you already own the Devout edition, the 15th is your date, not the 17th. Let us talk about how much room you need, because there is a strange gap here. On PlayStation 5, the download comes in at just over 32 gigabytes. On Xbox, it is roughly 31.5. Both of those are pretty modest for a modern release. Then you get to PC, and Steam is asking for 70 gigabytes of storage. That is more than double the console figure. Now, that number is the storage requirement rather than the download itself, and those two things are not always the same. Steam listings often quote the uncompressed footprint plus headroom. Either way, clear 70 gigabytes on PC and you will be fine. It is also worth remembering that a solid-state drive needs free space to work properly. Running one completely full will hurt your load times in any game, not just this one. So if you are hovering right at the edge of that 70 gigabyte figure, clear a bit more than the bare minimum. And if you are on console, both of those download numbers are small enough that you probably do not need to delete anything at all. Now the PC requirements, and this is the part that surprised people. The minimum specification asks for an RTX 2060 Super or an RX 6600 on the AMD side. It wants 16 gigabytes of system memory, and it lists a solid state drive as a hard requirement rather than a suggestion. That last one is the important bit. If you are still running the game off a mechanical hard drive, that is not listed as a recommendation you can ignore. Compare that to the original Mortal Shell back in 2020. That game asked for a GTX 970 and 8 gigabytes of memory, and it said nothing about your storage type at all. Side by side, that is a serious jump in 6 years. The graphics card requirement moves from a GTX 970 to an RTX 2060 Super. Memory doubles from 8 gigabytes to 16, and storage goes from anything you like to a solid state drive being mandatory. That is not a small ask for anyone on an older build. The storage requirement is the one that catches people out most often because it is the cheapest thing on that list to fix and the easiest one to overlook. One question that comes up every single time a game does this, so let us kill it now. Advanced Access is not a demo and it is not a trial. It is the finished game, the same build everybody else gets on the 20th, just unlocked earlier for the people who paid for it. Your progress carries straight through. There is no reset when the standard launch arrives, no separate save, and no re-download. You simply keep playing. The one thing to be aware of is that a day one patch is common in this situation, so anyone playing from the 17th may be on a slightly older build for a few days. Nothing has been confirmed about a day one patch either way. That is just how these windows usually go. There is one thing still missing, and it is a strange one this close to launch. The recommended specifications have not been published. The minimum is up there on Steam, but the recommended column is still blank as I record this. So we do not know what the studio thinks you need to run this at 60 frames per second, or what it takes to push higher resolutions. For a game that just made an SSD mandatory, that is the number a lot of people are waiting on. It may well appear before launch day. Nothing has been said either way. Are you going Devout for the early access or waiting for the 20th? Let me know down in the comments. So here is your checklist. If you are going Devout, your preload is August 15th and you are playing on the 17th. Everybody else preloads on the 18th and plays on the 20th. Clear 32 gigabytes on console or 70 on PC. If you are on PC and you are near that minimum specification, check your storage type before launch day rather than after. And if you already pre-ordered, your skins are attached to the account regardless of which edition you picked. One last practical note. Preload the moment it opens rather than waiting until the night before. Launch windows are when storefronts get hammered, and a download that takes 20 minutes on the 15th can take a lot longer on the 20th. It costs you nothing to get it sitting on the drive early. That is everything you actually need sorted before the servers open. That is the full launch rundown for Mortal Shell 2. I will keep you posted if the recommended specifications drop or anything changes before the 20th, so subscribe and turn on notifications. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.